Happy Taco Tuesday, everyone. We will be posting a video today since it is Tuesday after all. Sorry we were silent this past weekend, and plus we didn't work on the bus because we took a little family vacation. We wanted to be unplugged from social media.
Yeah, so we wanted to do this question to answer questions that you guys have asked us either in person or through text messaging or online. And since we didn't really get to work on the bus, we figured this would be a perfect time to do that and kind of help you guys get to know us a little bit more.
So we want to start off, who we are. So my name is Anna Grace, and I am originally from Raleigh, North Carolina. Anyways, so I am deaf. I have a cochlear implant in my right ear, and so that enables me to hear. And so I was born deaf as well. And went through speech therapy and Q speech. A lot of you probably don't know what Q speech is, but it is different from sign language, and it helps me, enunciate and helps with the vowels and the consonants. But I also do know a little bit of sign language through my USA deaf soccer team. We play all over the world. We play in the Deaf Olympics and the Deaf World Cup. We have 4 gold medals total, so go USA. So that's a little bit about myself. Went to college in Raleigh as well, and coach soccer actually in Greensboro, and then now I'm coaching a middle school, and we're both living in Winston-Salem, and I'm a full-time dog walker right now. I also have started my own business actually, who my husband's also a co-owner as well. It's called Honey and Woodbine. It's a bunch of natural remedies such as scrubs, balms, teas, bar soaps, and a bunch of other fun stuff that I'm also making. You can find us on
www.honeywoodbine.com.
There we go. Check us out. We also have an Instagram handler, which is Honey and Woodbine. Yeah, so I do that on the side as well. A lot of my products are also in some stores here in Winston-Salem to help, small business grow.
My name is Kyle. I am originally from Indiana, but I spent most of my life in North Carolina, kind of around the Raleigh area. After Anna and I got married, we moved to Winston-Salem, but before that we were pretty much always in Raleigh. I went to school there for architecture, and I decided that I did not want to pursue architecture after doing it. But it was one of those things where after, getting through 2 to 3 years, you're just in that mindset where you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to stick with it and see it through because I've made it this far. So yeah, it took me a while to figure out I didn't want to study architecture, but here we are. So I currently just have a part-time retail position, just to help out with bills and costs and, allowing us to buy a bus and work on it. But I am applying to grad school to go back and hopefully pursue a master's in environmental policy and management or something along those lines. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes. We'll make sure to keep you guys updated on that. We have 2 dogs, Porter and Jimmy. Anna had Jimmy before we met. He's
a rescue, and he's a Shar-Pei bloodhound mix. Well, that's what we think. Well, you can definitely tell the Shar-Pei part. And then
he's about 3 years old. And then Porter, we rescued him when he was 10 weeks old.
Literally a week after we got married.
Yeah, a week after we got married. We intended on adopting a 1-year-old puppy, or a 1-year-old dog, and instead we got a 10-week-old puppy. So that's not exactly how we planned that to work out, but once we saw him we couldn't say no. But we actually rescued him from a shelter that was closing down. He's a miniature pinscher mix with maybe Basenji, we don't really know. He's a weird, wired, super energetic dog.
But we love him to death.
Yeah, we love them both to death and they love each other. So that's that. Okay, so I guess we will get started on the questions, and here we go.
So first question is, how and when did you first get this idea? So, when we first started dating, which was what, like 2 years ago? 2.5 years ago?
It would have been May of 2016, so 2.5 years ago, a little bit more than that. I told Anna on our second date that I wanted to build out the Xterra that I have and travel in it and go on a road trip across the country and just live out of the car. And thankfully she did not think I was crazy. So we actually did that, and we lived on the road for about a month and drove 8,000 miles visiting national parks and stuff like that. And we just camped out of the car, and it was a really great experience. It really helped us kind of get to know each other a little bit more before we got married. We called it our pre-honeymoon because we both immediately had to go back to work after that.
And literally get married a month later.
Yeah.
Even our families made a bet on if we were going to break up after the road trip. But everyone lost. So.
Everyone lost. We're still together. So after that, we were kind of talking about how, I don't know about Anna, but I wanted to convert a Sprinter van and live out of that. And then I think she kind of decided she wanted to do that too. But after adopting Porter, it kind of became clear that maybe we needed something bigger just to give us a little bit more space.
Well, my mom actually suggested to look at school buses because we were actually eating somewhere in Raleigh and someone pulled up with their bus, and it's actually a boutique store.
Moonflower Child, check them out.
They're awesome, actually. And it kind of inspired us all to look into buses. And so we were looking at, the big, long school buses, and then we changed our mind and looked at short buses, and now we have a medium-sized bus, I guess you can say, or a little less than medium.
Yeah, we have a mid-sized bus. Also, for Moonflower Child, they are building out a new bus.
Big Bird.
They're expecting a baby within the next
literally week,
2 weeks, something like that. So congrats to you guys. Also, go check out their build at Big Bird Bus on Instagram, and they also have great YouTube videos, so do that. But yeah, so we kind of got started on the bus thing, and it just made more and more sense for us. So we started looking into it and searched for buses for what seemed like forever. So we looked for maybe a year and a half, and then finally found a bus that kind of fit our criteria and fit our needs after, traveling hours and hours driving around looking for buses even around the country, only to get there and be disappointed, unfortunately. But we found this bus only 45 minutes.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, only 45 minutes away from us.
From a YMCA.
From a YMCA over in Ashboro. So we were lucky to find that. And it was good driving shape and everything, so we just drove it back over here. First we had it, as you know, in a friend's house, and then we moved it even closer to us into Winston-Salem. And that's where it is now. So...
Next question. Are you keeping your apartment?
No, we are not keeping our apartment. Our lease ends in April.
Thankfully, our friends who are letting us park our bus, they have allowed us to rent from them for 2 months, and so we will be doing that once our lease ends, and then we'll move into the bus/house till the end of June. So we're hoping to be full-time on our bus by the end of June.
Yeah.
Yeah, June.
Yeah. How long will you live in a bus?
We're kind of going with the flow. We said 2 years. Possibly it could be more. It depends on our lifestyle and what we want to do. But we're not really the kind of people that look into the future. We're very in the present and go with the flow. If we have a kid that's on the way, which we don't, we would love to, have the baby on the bus decide it's time to do something else.
Yeah. Once if we do have a kid while we're on the bus, once it starts getting a little older, obviously we'll want to spread out of the bus a little bit. I mean, we still want to live fairly tiny, but we obviously want to give the kid his or her own space. So, yeah.
What is your goal for this journey? What do you hope to achieve?
I think we want to travel as much as possible.
Yeah.
We definitely want to see as many national parks, state parks, all that as much as possible. We love to hike. We love to be around mountains. We're not very much beach people.
But if we are in the West Coast, we'll stop by a few beaches and check them out.
Yeah. So to the dismay of both sets of our parents, we are mountain people and not beach people. So that's just how it happens. But yeah, so the mountains are calling and we must go. So just travel the country, see as much as we can see, experience as much as we can experience. Do it while we're young,
Basically just living life.
Yeah. So
do you have a mission? I mean, our mission is to enjoy each other in such small space while traveling and learning, many perspectives along the way, because we're going to be experiencing a lot of things along the way. We don't know exactly what they're going to be, but we're ready to take that challenge. We both love taking challenges, and we want to be able to take every challenge along the way and overcome them and enjoy our time on the road, I guess you can say.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy by any means. I mean, there's going to be problems. The bus is going to break down. There's going to be issues inside the bus. We know that, there's going to be times when, cops come and knock on our door and tell us to move the bus. Whatever is happening. But I think we just feel kind of a draw to a different type of lifestyle, and this is finally our opportunity to kind of go and grab that by the horns and take it, and hopefully live a much healthier lifestyle too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Where are you going to live?
So where are we going to live? Where are we going to park the bus? Are we going to be moving around constantly? Some people have asked us that. So some people have asked us, after you finish the bus build, are you immediately leaving Winston? And it just depends, or leaving Winston-Salem, not Winston the bus. Sorry, that's going to get confusing, and we'll try to do better,
Winston-Salem.
Figuring that out. Winston-Salem. So, people ask if we're going to leave Winston-Salem immediately after we finish the bus, and we don't know. I mean, it just depends on how our jobs are going, because we are going to need some source of income.
Yeah.
So it just depends on how our jobs are going, and if we feel secure in what's going on or what's developed, then sure, we'll look at moving and going on the road. But until then, we're just gonna hang out in our new home, this bus, and that's part of the whole experience, is just going with the flow as well.
But along the way, there are, state parks, campgrounds, RV parks, and even boondocking, where you just go out to some land that's not private property, and you just park there, or even Walmart.
Yeah.
Those are places where you can park the bus, and so that's or even if friends offer, their street or anything that's, where we'll be parking and living, I guess you can say. But we're never going to be somewhere permanently just yet. So
yeah, and boondocking will also be looking at BLM land and stuff like that, where we can go and camp and do stuff like that, and kind of be a little bit off the grid. So how are you going to make money? That is an excellent question that we're still trying to figure out. I don't want to speak for Anna, but I feel like we're probably going to try and ramp up honey and woodbine a little bit more, and try and get it in stores across the country. But and we will continue making these products on the road.
Yeah. It's never gonna stop until I personally decide, it's time to stop this business. But yeah, you're right. We want to try to get as much as my products into local stores. We would love to stay in the small business side. So there's that little piece of income, but
it's probably going to be, odds and ends, to be honest. I mean, I would love to find a remote job after, that ties in with
me going back to school, to where I can do that from the road and have a consistent income. And maybe that's what drives the travel, depending on where we need to go. But yeah, it's going to be, I'm sure it's probably going to be little stuff here and there. Like, it's probably going to be some freelance work or whatever.
Yeah, they have there's a lot of jobs out there that are very seasonal. A lot of our bus friends have told us about it, that there's seasonal jobs, and if you're living there for a couple months, then you can take that chance and take that job for a couple months and then move on. But we're constantly gonna try to have a job no matter where we are. But yeah, I am actually I'm taking the personal training test at the end of this month, actually. And my goal is to be able to have a personal training website with a bunch of, packages where you can buy it, and I will, send videos of exercises or diets that will help you in your goals. I also would love to work with girls, trying to become a better soccer player, or even become a better athlete in whatever sport they are, actually, but trying to get their strength, together, and their endurance. And so that's my goal, is to, like, one-on-one and online personal training. So I'm still, experimenting and still forming ideas of it, but I am taking the test at the end of this month to become a certified personal trainer. So, stay in tune with us as I'm trying to get that together. But yeah.
Okay. What are your families saying?
So far, they've all been pretty supportive, to be honest. We haven't had any kind of crazy blowouts or anything like that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my parents definitely jumped on board.
For sure.
After I've been talking about it for a while and showing them YouTube videos, because everyone thinks it's crazy at first until they actually see it, and you can be like, wow, this is really.
My
really
parents
nice.
are still on the edge. I mean, they're 50-50. I mean, they're gonna be worried parents.
It honestly just depends on the day.
They're supportive of us for sure, but they are worried, about how the lifestyle will go and how we will do on the road, which is, understandable as a parent. But they're getting there. They're getting to be 100, hopefully, but we'll see.
Yeah. So this is by far the most popular question that we've gotten. Are you going to install a bathroom inside the bus? The answer is yes. We will have a full bath with a shower and a toilet.
It's going to be a composting toilet for sure.
Yeah, we're going to have a composting toilet. We're actually not going to have a black water tank. We're just going to have a freshwater and gray water tank. And yeah, I mean, at one point I thought composting toilets were nasty, but it just makes the most sense, to be honest. And that way we don't have to, have any one of those classic scenes from any movie with an RV of, emptying the black tank.
Christmas Vacation, there's that really funny scene.
Yeah, or RV with Robin Williams. I mean, all of these.